Yo, can you guys hear me? Are you excited? Yeah, I'm a little bit excited. I'm a little bit nervous. You know, it's a lot that's going to be going on tomorrow, and so yeah, I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit excited. A bit of both, I guess. Ah. I'm muted. Something's muted. No, nothing's muted. Everything's fine. New World hit 46k concurrence today. Holy shit. Fucking wow, that's insane. Holy shit, man. I think servers and realms will manage tomorrow. Lots of crashes. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I kind of expect that would happen. You still playing Lost Ark daily? No, I'm not. Not right now. It's not because I don't like Lost Ark. I just, I've been playing something else right now. I want to go back to Lost Ark and play it more, especially since we've got the new raid coming out. I just haven't really done it yet. Tomorrow's the New World patch? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the New World patch isn't tomorrow, is it? That would be really annoying if it was. How close are you to 100% TPC? I don't know. I mean, like, I turned in completed quests. Where's McConnell? Let's see what he says. All caps, I messaged him yesterday, he didn't respond. Am I considering a return to New World? Am I considering a return to New World? Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's like, so like the way that I usually play MMOs and everything is like, I'll go really hard on one game and then I'll stop playing it, and then I'll go back and play it again later, and, you know, it's like one of those things. That's kind of like, that's what's comfortable for me, is to just go and play like one game for a little while, and then swap over and do something else after that. I usually don't like only no-lifing one game permanently, because I just, honestly, the reason why is that I beat the game, right? I mean, like, that's just straight up, like, I'll have completed everything that's like enjoyable to complete in the game, and then I'll be done with it. Am I doing reacts today? Yeah, I will. Can you show us your boxes before you No Life Wrath for a couple of weeks? My boxes? Oh, speaking of boxes, some guy gave me a present. Fauna gave me a present. Beautiful wildflowers. Okay, thank you. I forgot all about that. Don't forget to autoplay Tower of Fantasy. Yeah, I'll do that. I just, like, I don't really feel like micromanaging it right now. That's the main reason. SNES games, you were saying you had those? Yeah, I mean, I probably should do that at some point. Like, yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't think I'm gonna do that today. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen today. What am I doing to prepare for Wrath? Serious question. Probably just get some consumables, clear out my inventory, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not going to go and be like, oh man, like, we've got to do so much to prepare for Wrath of the Lich King. No, you don't. Like, shut up. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just that... Oh man, this takes forever. I should have pulled another mob. This is crazy how long this is taking. It's not level my level working. Just did skinning at least. Dude, I just want to play the game, man. I just want to play the game. McConnell still hasn't messaged me back. What a fucking bitch. I can't believe this. Do you get all the gear you want? Nah, I didn't get the Warglaives. I didn't get the bow from Sunwell, etc. But, I mean, all that stuff, it's like, that's just bullshit. Like, you don't need that. There's no reason to need that. I feel like, what is an item that I actually wanted that I didn't get? I kind of wanted the gloves off of Terra and Gorfiend because like the gloves are really good. Like the Onslaught gloves are like not super great, and I would have preferred getting the Terra and Gorfiend gloves, but this is like not a big deal to me. Oh, I can. I didn't think I'd be able to. Does Wrath Classic have longevity? I mean, it has as much longevity as TBC does, maybe a little bit more. I think the raids are more interesting in Wrath. Like, aside from the first tier, like, so the good thing is that, let me think of a way to put it. Like, how do I feel about the Wrath raids? I think that, like, the, like Trial of the Crusader and stuff like that, I think those raids will last longer for people than I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to say. PvP might add longevity. I do think that PvP in Wrath is fun. And that does put it ahead of TBC PvP. Like, TBC PvP I thought was horrible. It basically had like all of the goofiness of, what do you call it? Of Burning Crusade, of Classic WoW, but like now there's like raiding attached to it, so it makes it worse. I was never a big fan of TBC PvP. Like, if you go back and you even watch what I said like back in the day, like I said the exact same shit. I think Wrath PvP, it's like TBC, like the good thing about TBC PvP is that you were able to get good gear. And I'm a big advocate of being able to get legitimately good gear from PvP, because I think PvP is important and there should be reasons to go out and do it. But there's a big difference between being able to get good gear and being able to get good PvP. And like, you know, like they did the PvP wrong, but the gear thing was right. I need to go and do BWL. We need to do BWL. I want to try and see if I can get that Stylene's impeding Scarab. It's just such a good item, and I think I should get it. Yeah, I'm farming them out. What do you think I'm farming? What else would I be in here for? Yeah, of course I'm farming them out. Is Scarab still good in Wrath? No, it's not, but it's good for leveling, and like, I don't know if this fucking bitch would message me back, like I would know what we're doing, but like, I don't know. Okay. If they rewarded more honor for kills and BGs and less from winning or losing, it would encourage people to PvP, and the gear rewards would still be nice. I think that farming kills is like, I mean, I mean, playing objectives is good too. I don't know. I think that the way it's, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but like, I think the way it is now is fine. I think it's totally fucking fine, man. Farming kills is low IQ. Yeah, well, doing AV strats is pretty low IQ too, let's be honest. Yeah, VR, I'll invite you. I'll do like 3 of these and then I'll try and do BWL. Yeah, I'll make sure I get everything else that I need out of here too. I don't know what else I still need to get. I guess maybe I should do I should do Black Temple again. Yeah, maybe I should just do Black Temple again after BWL. Yeah. Care about getting Bits whenever Wrath is coming out. It's just for leveling and it's just something to do. I mean, it's a dumb waste of time. Like, if that's like what you're saying is like, why are you doing this? Because like I feel like it, that's why. The warrior deserves glaives, you know? Very true. So true. True, true, true. The GTK video is a lot of small skits, maybe marathon watch some. Yeah, I might. Not today though, I don't want to do that today. Do you feel like more people are playing Classic than Retail? I think that there's definitely a back and forth for it. And I don't know. I think that it changes. So like right now, I think there's probably more people playing Classic. But I think whenever the Dragonflight pre-patch comes out, you're going to have more people playing Retail. Because there's a lot of people, like, for every Classic Andy, there's also there's also fucking, you know, WoW enjoyers. And WoW enjoyers just play WoW. And that's it. Just probably at its lowest point right now. Retail is not doing very well. The thing is, like, the Season 4 stuff was cool, but it's just, like, you need to have more than that to keep things going, you know what I mean? I think the problem is, like, WoW spends, like, the way that World of Warcraft makes content is not really sustainable for, like, the rate at which people consume content. So people consume content way faster than Blizzard can make it. And I think it creates a system where, like, you know, players are just constantly frustrated or annoyed whenever they run out of things to do. And then, like, Blizzard tries to extend the amount of content that the game has by just making it more annoying or something like that. And, or having a low drop chance. Watch me get the mount, speaking of low drop chance. Oh. Oh, I'll get the next one for sure. I wonder if ZG reset today. Nope. Oh, it's raining in Strathlon? When does that ever happen? I never see that. Holy shit. Wow. Next time for sure. 100%, dude. Unfortunate when Bungie was receiving help from Blizzard, how I structured Destiny 2 before they left. I don't know about Destiny 2. I never really played that game, so I can't say. People play WoW only, play WoW. Yeah, that's the other thing, is like WoW is like one of those games, so like WoW and like League of Legends are like this, and like there's a few other games where it's like if you play these games, that's all you play. And like if you're a streamer for one, I knew this was gonna get fucked. If you're a streamer for one of these games and you think that you're gonna get people to watch you play another game, you are in for a rude awakening. Because the people that play League of Legends or the people that play, you know, World of Warcraft, they only want to watch WoW, or they only want to watch Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy is not really. I think actually there's a lot of people that I got out of my Final Fantasy streams that I converted into being like actual like all the time viewers. But like, yeah, it's like you have some people like FPS streamers, I think, have. We can reset this one, it's okay. We beat the game here. Uh-oh. So much content to explore. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to do, but I think that the content is also sometimes an illusion of content, where it's like there's an activity that you have to do it 100 times. I don't know if that really means that there's 100 times more content, you know, I don't think so. Let's try to be a little bit, more careful, guys. We can maybe clear it a little bit faster. Don't want to have us get overwhelmed. I'll kill these guys for you. I don't watch only for WoW, but I do enjoy when you stream it because you talk about it. I'm interested in games like Final Fantasy and Dark Souls. So it doesn't really interest me. Yeah. I think that I think the reason why I don't stream WoW, like the reason why I don't stream WoW more is that I kind of get like I will do something in WoW a bunch of times and I'll just like not get what I want out of it and I'll get frustrated. And it's like I have that happen all the time where it's like some shit's gonna come out and it's just really fucking annoying to farm. Like, and no, it's not the sword because like the sword's like a meme, right? Same as like Gmod. But it's like the nether ray eggs. Like nothing makes me want to not play the game more than farming for nether ray eggs. Vanilla was much harder than retail. Only real difference is Classic's just a lot more time consuming. Well, I mean, like leveling in Classic is, in my opinion, undoubtedly harder than leveling in retail WoW. I do think that Classic leveling, you can easily say, is harder than retail WoW, but everything else is not really that like that. Like the raids are harder in retail, the dungeons are harder, like the class gameplay is harder. Like everything about retail WoW is harder, except for the leveling experience, and also raid prep. Like raid preparation is like way harder in classic WoW. And like I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. I'm just gonna go, I guess I'll go down this way because these ones are easier for me to kill. The other one's a caster. Remember leveling Cataclysm being much easier than before it? I mean, I think Wrath made leveling a lot easier because you had heirlooms and stuff, and it's like every expansion leveling got easier. And the reason why is like because they wanted leveling to get easier because like now you have to get more levels, so it like wouldn't make sense for like leveling to take the same amount of time, and they just keep adding more and more levels. It's like, how can you ever catch up in the game, right? And so it's a good thing for them to do that. Alright. Leveling is weirdly overrated. I feel like leveling is really nice to do. Like I enjoyed leveling on like the Fresh server, for example. It was like genuinely enjoyable. I thought it was fun. Oh, it doesn't show up all the time. Leveling is an extremely fun part of MMO in my opinion. I think it depends on the MMO. I mean, that's really the truth. I think some MMOs have really fun leveling. Some MMOs have like Like, for example, like leveling up your character in Final Fantasy doesn't really matter. Like, who gives a fuck about leveling it? Now, leveling the character, the thing is, like, leveling is so closely tied to the MSQ. Well, it's like, okay, well, whenever you say leveling, I mean, you're also saying, like, the main story, and that's, like, probably the biggest draw of the game. So, you do have a little bit of a mix there. I think Final Fantasy is watching cutscenes for hours. Yeah, but like people like that is what I'm saying. Like, not everybody likes that. I mean, just like not everybody likes any game. But I think the process of your character getting more powerful in Final Fantasy is like really not very good. Like it's because the game is like it's pretty tightly tuned. You don't really get those like big power spikes that you do in WoW that feel good. Like, for example, in WoW, like, whenever you get, like, you know, you get your Scarlet Monastery gear, and, you know, now you have fucking, like, way more health, you have, like, all blue gear, and you feel good about yourself, and you're going to use this for a long period of time. That's awesome, right? Whereas in Wrath, or not Wrath, in Final Fantasy, it's just, like, kind of, like, the only time I felt like that leveling up in Final Fantasy is whenever I did this, like, there was like this dungeon trial thing where you had to go through, like, this is effectively like proving grounds for dungeons, and you had to go through and basically show that you knew, like, what is aggro, what's a tank, how to avoid a red swirly, you know, stuff like that. We haven't. Well, I mean, like, how much of the game would I have to play for that? Like, I mean, like, I played hundreds of hours of the game. I mean, I think I'm pretty much, I think I'm definitely pretty qualified to make an opinion on it. I would say easily qualified to make an opinion on it. Not played a lot of what the game has. What have I not played, One Kindle? Yeah, what have I not played? These nuts, yeah. Hundreds, yeah, exactly. It's just, again, like, people that make statements like that, I think that this is what people say about Final Fantasy, is like, because I haven't beaten everything in the game, I can't have an opinion about anything in the game. I think it's very easy for me to say that I think that the leveling experience and the process of leveling up your character is kind of dull in terms of, like, you know, feeling your character get more powerful, etc. Yeah, I mean, if I mean, yeah, I haven't done a new raid, but, like, that's not what I'm talking about either. I mean, it would be one thing if I was talking about, like, the raid mechanics, but I'm not. Curious why you think the dying retail game will overtake Classic, which seems to be surging. Well, because retail WoW isn't necessarily dying. It's just dying right now because there's no content. Like, the problem with Classic WoW is that the problem with Classic WoW is that the content is finite and it's also solved completely. So there's never going to be, like, a time where people have, like, a new idea of, like, how to play Classic or how to do something. Like, you have some instances of that, right, with, like, different types of speed runs and etc, and, like, you know, dual wield tanking in Classic WoW, but for the most part it's pretty much a solved game that's a defined entity, and everybody knows what it is and everybody knows what it isn't. So like, Classic WoW, like, you hit an apex in Classic WoW quite quickly, and then you're just at a point where you're just re-clearing the same raids over and over. It's fun, no? Yeah. What's content drought? Wrath of Lich King doing for classic? Dragonflight would do for retail? Exactly, yeah, and that, like, that's the good thing about Blizzard having classic WoW, is it's kind of like, I'll make a chart. Let me put one of you guys on follow after we kill this boss, and I'll do 2 more runs, and then we'll do BWL, okay? Alright, big dick, mount, give me the mount, give me the mount, mount, come on, give me the mount. Oh. Oh, what a bad game. What a bad game. This game is so bad. How is this game so bad, man? It's so bad. Oh my god, this is a bad game. So, alright. So, you have... that's not very good. And then you have... So... and you guys see how this works. So this is how they should handle, oops, this is how they should handle the game. And this is a good thing for the game as well. It's incredibly healthy for the game because it keeps people in the ecosystem of playing the game, and it adds value to the game. Blizzard isn't going to do this. They aren't capable. That's how we thought it would work when Classic came out. They always release content at the same time. But they're not doing that at this exact moment. Like, there's one of the largest releases for Classic WoW ever. And you have 1 point. Does McConnell actually want to go? If he wants to go, I'll invite him. Look. He just ran out. Oh, well, let's do it again. He's trying to do the runs himself. Like, no, like, we need to get them out before him. Yeah, I don't want him to have it, and I don't have it. Let's go. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'll get it before him. It's not a big deal. I'll get it this run. Let's go. So yeah, like, so let's talk about, you know, like, what's happened. So Shadowlands release and Naxx release were the only point where Blizzard really made a huge mistake. Blizzard made a massive fucking mistake by releasing Shadowlands and then releasing Naxx like a few days after Shadowlands. It was like actually the worst decision they probably ever made for Classic WoW. It was so stupid. It was awful for the game. However, that was not the norm. The norm has not been that. The norm has been that Classic WoW and Retail WoW have had patches in different points for each other. And I think that's smart. Big fuck you to all the Classic players. Well, I think it's not even like Classic players. It's like a fuck you to all the WoW players, right? Because, like, I mean, these are just like people that play WoW. Like, you know, there's people that, you know, they raid in Retail WoW, and, you know, maybe they also play Classic WoW too. Or they might not have the time to raid in Classic WoW or Retail WoW, but they can raid in Classic WoW because it's only like one night a week or something. then they're deleting TBC. Yeah, it's not a surprise. I think that Blizzard doesn't really know what to do right now. Like, I think after Wrath, I feel like Blizzard, this is probably what would be going through my mind if I was Blizzard, is like, okay, you just released Classic WoW Wrath of the Lich King. This was the most popular expansion of all time, and I think that it was probably it was definitely better for class design. I will 100% say that. Like, I like raid progression way more in TBC than I do in Wrath. However, like other things are just way better in Wrath of the Lich King. Like, playing your class is way better. And I think that there's probably a lot of people, like, with Blizzard, and they're probably thinking, like, well, fuck, I mean, how are we gonna go and release Classic Cataclysm whenever that's the expansion that people say made people want Classic WoW in the first place? So it's like, do people really want Classic Cataclysm? I think that Classic Cataclysm, I mean, I will play whatever they bring out. Like, I'll say this for sure. Because, like, if they bring out Classic Cata, I'll play Classic Cata. If they bring out Classic Mists of Pandaria, I'll play that. Like, I think the only one I probably wouldn't play that much is, like, Classic WoD. Like, or Classic BFA. I don't really want to play BFA again. I just don't think it was good. Shadowlands Classic? I mean, yeah, that one would be pretty bad. But, like, I would play Classic Legion, Classic Mists of Pandaria, Classic Cataclysm. That's probably about it. And show for 10 years later. I don't, maybe I might feel differently on it, because it's like, you know, it's like less recent at that point. Retail raiders are mauling because Dragonflight raid testing same week of Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, but I don't really think that matters. Like, the thing is that Blizzard can't afford to make sure that there's always going to be points of friction, especially with, like, raid testing, etc. Like, I saw that retail WoW raiders were mauling about that, and I think this is a situation where, like, I feel bad for them because, like, they probably just want to play Wrath too, but they're in this position where it's like, okay, like, I have to make a decision. Yeah, and it's like, it sucks, but it affects, like, such a small amount of people. Like, not a lot of guilds go on the PTR and test bosses. Like, you have maybe, like, maybe a couple thousand people doing that. So, like, is it, like, should you delay a game that's played by millions of people because of a couple thousand people that want to, like, no-life it for the raids? Like, I don't really think so. Yeah, it's like, you can easily say, like, this is clearly a bad decision to go with those people's opinion. A couple hundred at most. Yeah, it's very, very few. They shouldn't do any raid testing. I mean, they didn't do any raid testing for Jailer, right? And, like, I would rather have a fight that you don't know what it's like. Like, I would prefer that, even if it's a little buggy. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Because, like, nobody really knows what's going to happen, and, like, everybody finally sees it all together at the same time. It's like a cool community moment where it's like, everybody, like, oh my god, a guild finally killed it. Where's the cutscene? Everybody wants to watch the cutscene, see what happens, and, like, oh, a new phase, and all that stuff. What the hell is this? How is VOA going to work if realms are 99% towards ally or horde? Well, it's simple. If you're horde, you don't get to do it. Or if you're alliance, you don't get to do it. Like, horde would control VOA for, like, 2 hours a week on Kel'Thuzad. Like, that's what it used to be. That's why Classic Plus is needed with no PTR. I mean, I agree. I'm a very big advocate of, like, don't test things, just bring them out. Like, I mean, you want to test them for, like, bugs, etc., but just have people on hand that, like, if something's bad, like, you just change it on the fly. And also, like, just get better testers that can tell you that ahead of time. Where's the mount? Oh my god, where's the mount? Alright, let's go. We didn't get it. Changed how VOE works in Classic. Basically, it's always going to be up now. Yeah, I don't know exactly. We'll have devs that listen and implement what the testers suggest. Yeah. I think also it's a big problem that, like, developers are... They're very focused on making sure that high-end raiders are challenged. And I think they do that at the expense of the rest of the player base. You see a lot of fights that have, like, all of these, like, different types of intricacies. And I think they introduce a amount of complexity that is, like, really not fun for, like, a casual player to do. And I think it's not even fun for, like, a semi-hardcore player to do. It's like whenever you have a guild that raids a couple of times a week, or maybe 3 times a week, and there's, like, all of these mechanics that if you make one mistake on this mechanic, the raid wipes. Like, Star Augur is a great example of this. Heroic or Mythic Halandrus is another example of it. These fights are just simply not enjoyable to progress through, I think, for most people. It's basically you're, like, the way I would explain it, it's like you're holding your breath the whole fight. You're just waiting for, like, that one thing to happen that everybody's health just goes boop, and that's it. It doesn't even really feel like a group challenge at that point. It's like everybody is doing their own thing. It was awful as a casual Mythic guild. Oh my god. Yeah, like, we were able to kill Star Augur pretty fast. We had problems on Elisand, I remember that. That's because I wasn't there. I didn't prog on her, and so, like, by the time, you know, like, I got there, it just took care of it. But yeah, fuck that. Yeah, Botanist was our real wall. Like, we cleared Star Augur really fast. That's because all the bad people got filtered by Botanist. That was the second to last raid tier I ever raided. Seriously. Tomb of Sargeras was the worst about that? Yeah. And so it's like the jailer, you know, like whenever he puts those balls on you and you have to jump down? Like, and one person does that wrong, it's a raid wipe, and, like, that's happening all the time, and it's random people, and it just, like, keeps happening. And so, like, you have these, like, constant pass-fail mechanics that you're being fucking bombarded with, and every single player can randomly be have one of these things applied to them, and, like, if they make a mistake, then the raid's dead, and then you have to do it again, and, you know, then maybe somebody else it's like, holy man, holy fuck, it's nuts. Weakest link fights. That's a really good way to say it. Yeah, weakest link fights. You know what fight I thought was really, really good? Croesus in Nighthold. It's probably one of the best fights in the game. Like, unironically, one of the best fucking fights in the game, man. Which one? It's like that big guy who killed Tyrion Fordring. It's like and he's like, you fight him on, like, that destroyed bridge, and he, like, destroys the bridge more and more. That's the fight. Croesus was probably one of the coolest bosses Blizzard's ever made. Like, I would also say that, like, I don't like how many points of, like, challenge, like, Sludgefist had to. Sludgefist is kind of the same way. Or, like, Sludgefist, it's like you had to have everybody that knew exactly what to do at all times without making a single mistake. And I think, like, 1 or 2 fights is okay like that, but I feel like they're very fatiguing. Like, Painsmith is an example of, like, one of those fights. Like, I think Painsmith, this is, like, my personal opinion as, like, a heroic raider. I think Painsmith is probably my favorite boss out of the entire expansion. Like, I honestly think it's probably the best boss Blizzard has made in, like, the last, like, 2 years. It's just... It's so perfect. Too many mechanics. I think Mythic does get really complex, for sure. It's like Searing Exarch, right? With, like, the balls and all that shit. Yeah, it's like, I remember whenever I saw Painsmith and we got to him, I was thinking to myself, wow, this is going to be the coolest raid ever. Oh, well, he's still working on it? Okay. Sire Denathrius also. I think Sire Denathrius was good from a... it was good from a lore perspective and, like, a stylist. Like it was... Sire Denathrius was cool because it was Sire Denathrius. Painsmith was cool because the fight was really cool. It was thematic. Yeah, it was. Painsmith is good. Took a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy fights, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it did, probably. It's much more like that. I think also, like... Even, like, the voice lines for Painsmith were, like, really good. It just sounded, like, so, like, kind of... It just sounded really cool. It's almost like some fucking... Like, a villain from... What do you call it? From, like, Highlander or something like that. What's the ideal difficulty level for you these days? You really want to know, like, what I would like to see? I would like to see, I want him to bring back 40-man raids, and I want him to make them about as hard as World of War hard modes. With, like, maybe a little bit harder fights here and there. I think that would be pretty good. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, I know it's probably, like, people think I'm insane, but I like 40-man raids. I think they're really cool. I think that you should have, like... So, again, this is, like, kind of a weird way to look at it, but this is, like, how I look at it. Is, like, I think you should have raids where, you know, it's, like, a lot of people, and it's, like, a collective overcoming of a boss. Something like fighting... Well, a lot of the bosses in AQ40 are kind of like that. I think the AQ40 bosses really feel like you're... Like, you've got 40 people in there, you're actually going down to the core of the temple to stop the old god. Like, the thematic nature of AQ40, I think, is fucking amazing. Well, like, obviously, like, there's a lot of trash in AQ40, and it's really annoying. Like, you're totally right about that. But I still think it's so cool. With, like, Cthulhu whispering to you, and so, like... But, like, obviously, Princess Huhuran is pretty fucking easy, and Viscidus is pretty fucking easy. So you need to have harder fights. Twins raid, have to split the raid, and if casters is awesome. The problem with the Twins raid is the way that aggro is programmed with them. Like, it's stupidly programmed. But yeah, the idea is really cool. Viscidus was not that easy. Okay. Okay. Sure as shit was, yeah. Always turns into a shit show. It's cool to do once, but it's not sustainable. More personal accomplishment and smaller yet harder raids. So, like, there's like 2 different versions of, like, what I imagine a raid to be. Okay? Like, I would say a raid is, like... Let me think of a good, like, a good metaphor for, like, a movie or something like that. because I do think that smaller raids are really good. So like you look at 2 different Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings. Well, no, Lord of the Rings is my second example. Like, so you look at like the Mines of Moria and fighting the Balrog and everything like that in Lord of the Rings. I view that as like, that is the S tier version. I'm gonna just go back and get a couple of fight paths because we've got 4 runs now, and I want to do fucking whatever it's called after this, BWL. So I'm just gonna get a couple of the flight paths. Yeah, it was basically a 9-man raid, exactly. And so like, I think that that's much more interesting and much more badass for sure, and you can have harder challenges there. But there is something that's really cool to be said for getting a lot of the boys together and, you know, squaring up against Onyxia. Even though Onyxia is an easy boss, the idea of going down to a dragon's lair is fucking badass. Both are enjoyable, yeah. And so like you should have like 40-man raids that are just like really epic and badass, and they're still challenging, right? They're not, it's not like these are just like target dummies. They're still hard, and there's points of failure, and you know, it's very difficult, but it doesn't have the same level of like mechanical requirements from each player that like an 8-man raid would have. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back down here. I'll turn in some of these quests, or not quests, get these other things done. I have a really good idea. How about expansion after Dragonflight comes closer to classic, progress, ship more modern, eventually merge the 2 into 1 expansion? I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get a few of these flight paths real quick. That way I can fly back up here. I wonder if raid instances, like, for example, like, look at this, right? So I think to myself, like, what is it supposed to look like? What's it supposed to be like? Let me show you. So in my opinion, this is the way a raid, like in my mind, should be, you know?
Wait, what is this?
Where there's a ton of fucking people. It's just fucking badass, you know? Like, this captures the idea of what I think a raid should be.
No one goes home until our job here is done.
Like, all those people fighting against one boss, I think that's really cool.
What horrors lie ahead? You have seen nothing. The frozen heart of Natsaramas awaits you.
Yeah, that's what's cool about like a 40-man raid, you know? Yeah, best WoW video, it's one of them. We're super fun. Why not make a movie like that? Yeah, I wonder why. Imagine bosses with mechanics in such environment. Yeah. So like, I think Ulduar hard mode difficulty is kind of where like 40-man raids cap out in the requirement for that. Massively multiplayer should have big raid groups, not dinky baby 8-man raids. No, I don't think that's true. I think massively multiplayer doesn't mean that you always have to be playing with other people. But I do think that like having really big bosses and like 40-man raids is like more interesting and cooler. If you guys want to come for BWL, just message me. Yeah, message me. We'll go with like maybe 30 people or so. No, we got nice. We got Nogrod on the way. Thank God. What level you think you can enter? I really don't care. You're 55 though, Fox. I don't think that's gonna work. Let me just do this. I don't want to invite everybody like this. I'm going to just do this real quick. Okay, message me I and V. The letters I, N, V, and then you get invited. And I'm just going to fill up the raid. And like, if you're low level, I'll just have to kick you out after we fill. Well, seems like everybody's good as fuck. Yep, we need 15 more people. You ground yourself, stay crazy-headed in crazy situations. The way that you stay level-headed in crazy situations is to to disconnect yourself from the outcome of the situation. So, like, stop caring about the outcome and just enjoy what's happening. Yeah, don't attach yourself to the outcome of what it is. It's hard to do. Yeah, because, like, if you don't care, then how could it stress you out? We're not, like, I don't think we can take 55s, guys. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you guys can't even zone in. Can 55s even zone into BWL? No? Yeah, you guys, like, what are y'all doing? Like, Fox, I don't think, I can do UBRS, not sure we do it. Yeah, I don't think you can do it, man. Lag everything anyways? Yeah, so we can't take, yeah, I don't think we can take under 60. Sorry, guys. As well as playing in 2022. I enjoy the game a lot. I play the game all the time. Can we also get a Warlock? It'd be really nice if we could get a Warlock for this. It'll just make things so much easier. I don't know why nobody plays Warlocks. From into your PC, what's your opinion? Rather support you than some random company with the Starforge one? I would look at the thing is, like I've said this before, is that if you can build your own computer, you'll probably always be able to build a computer cheaper than you can make it. But I think that the ones that we offer are really good if you don't want to build your own. I mean, I would look at the parts and, you know, make a decision for yourself, you know, look it up and, you know, do like an hour of research or so, and you'll save yourself a lot of time. You know, you're going to spend like probably 5 hours at least a day on the computer. Try to make the best call. Like, I don't want to sell you, you know, I don't like having people buy things or do things for me based off of, like, my word, in a way. I like to just kind of present the evidence, and, you know, the evidence is its own argument. Just the INV. If you type those 3 letters to me, it automatically will invite you. And we have 0 Warlocks, by the way. Ooh, Cody got last slot. Will we be switching to the 40 series? I'm hoping so, yeah. I'm pretty sure we are. I don't really know when that's going to happen or anything like that. I can't really make a... I can't, like, say, oh, this is what's going to happen. But my understanding is, I mean, of course, we're going to probably, you know, sell computers with the new graphics cards. I hope nobody would be upset about that. 4090 WoW Gamer? Yeah, for Wrath of the Lich King. I'm gonna make a commercial for Starforge talking about how, you know, the 4090s in the PC are like, you know, you can run Wrath of the Lich King at over 60 FPS. Yeah, I'm gonna just fucking go and do that. Like, yeah, you could fucking think about how many old wars you can do on this bad boy. Yeah, even with TSM, and like, yeah, you can have, you know, details and, you know, all the mods running you want. Can we do a Jenkins achievement? Why don't we just do it after we finish? Let me pick this one up. You guys can start summons whenever you want. Also, we need a Warlock. Can we get a Warlock for this? One thing I really like about Classic WoW is that you really do have the sense of like a big group community going and doing something together. And I think that's kind of lost with... It's lost with like Lost Ark. You don't really have it like that. We need a Warlock, not anything else besides a Warlock. Please message me if you're a Warlock. It's gone with retail. I don't think it's gone with retail, but I think personal loot kind of... Well, they're getting rid of personal loot, as far as I know. We have one lock? Oh, we do. I didn't even see him. Okay, great. So yeah, we're fine then. Yeah, just start summons whenever you guys can. We'll go through UBRS and then summon everybody inside. NVIDIA didn't like the scalpers, so they became the scalpers. I'm not sure how much the new cards are or anything like that. I have no idea. I think usually whenever technology first comes out, it's kind of understood that you'll pay a premium for it. You know, as like one of the early adopters for it, but then as time goes on, it'll be cheaper. $1,600. I want to make sure you guys know this. Like, you don't need a 4090. Like, you don't really need a 4090 unless you're doing something that's like super fucking intensive. Or you're like an enthusiast that really likes playing with like graphics and mods and stuff like that. Like, don't feel like you have to spend and buy the new one. Like, I think I have a 3080 Ti in mine, and I do just fine. I might even just have a 3080, and not even a 3080 Ti. After we do these raids, I'll probably watch a video or two. That's the plan. Doesn't get to a point where diminishing returns happens for GPUs. Yeah, I mean, like, it's also important to... It's important to have all of the parts of your PC be good. So it's like a lot of people view a PC, it's like, what's inside of a PC? Well, there's the graphics card and the processor. And that's it. And I made that mistake whenever I made my first PC, that I bought RAM for the PC that was not good for my motherboard. And my power supply needed to also be changed, right? So you have like this like fucking domino effect where, oh, well, you get a new processor, you get new RAM, well, then the RAM doesn't fit in the graphics card, or sorry, in the motherboard slot because it's like not programmed for it or something. And then, okay, well, you get a new one of those, well, then now you need a new power supply because your power supply is only like, you know, 600 watt, and now you're going up to like 850 watt or something like that. And so, again, obviously, like, that's one of the reasons, it's the biggest reason why people buy pre-builds. If you're fucking poor and you're like a college student, you can't do that, but that's why a lot of people buy them. And to avoid those problems, like I've put together multiple PCs myself. Now I just kind of get pre-builts because I'm like, I could put together a PC, it would be fine. Like, if you gave me all the parts for a PC and you said put it together, I could do that. However, I would prefer not to. Like, I would prefer not to because I'm not, like, super comfortable doing it. It still feels to me like I'm defusing a bomb. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you're putting... And it's like everything else is fine. Like, the only... Like, there's, like, two parts where you sweat. The part number one is whenever you put in the processor. Part number two is putting in all the cords for the motherboard. Making sure that you don't bend something or fuck something up, right? Pre-built and never optimized. That's true, right? And like, that's what I was saying about like enthusiasts, is that like, as an enthusiast PC, like PC gamer who makes your own PCs, you will probably always come out ahead making your own than buying a pre-built. But I think that's like 1 or 2 or 5% of the population. And like, to get to that level of knowledge takes a tremendous amount of time and experience. Now, I know people might say like, oh no, you just go on PC part picker, but there's like so many things that people don't know about PCs, and that people, like, it might not even occur to them. Like, for me, like, that's what it was like for me, right? I thought that, And then I, you know, got that RAM, and then it didn't work on my motherboard, and then it was like, oh, well, and I felt stupid for this. So yeah, that's how you learn. Yeah, but like the learning process takes a lot of time, and some people's time is worth more, and so they don't want to do that. It's the same as like changing your own oil on your car. Like you can do that, but most people have a mechanic do it instead because it's just more efficient. It's kind of like, actually, ironically, it's one of the things that I always tell people to do with, if like a handful of people, like, let's get the Warlock in here, and Mr. Warlock, why don't you come through UBRS, and we'll start clearing UBRS, okay? And we don't need everybody there, we just need a handful of people there, and we need the Warlock there specifically. We're already inside and clearing it? Okay, I'll head over there myself then. Reissue, I know how to fix because I built it. I couldn't fix or build it before. Yeah, I think that's like one thing I did, right? This is how like I went through it, is that I got a pre-built, and then I upgraded the graphics card, and then I upgraded the fans. I needed new fans on it, and like usually people that buy a pre-built, like that can be the gateway into making their own PCs too. I think that's as common. It's exactly what I did. Yeah, like you buy it and then you upgrade it. Like that's why I like, obviously, you know, like we're trying to make a point and, you know, make sure that all of our stuff is going to be 100% compatible with like the future stuff, because like making sure you future-proof your the builds are pretty important too. Remember whenever I used to farm this every day? It's crazy to go back and think about that. Oh, wow. Why are you doing BWL? I want to get a trinket off of one of the dragons. It's a tank trinket that's really useful, and I just wanted to get it. We'll clear the whole thing, but it's mainly just for that trinket. Yeah, Stylene's impeding Scarab. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Look how good that is. That's like, it's just so broken. It's so ridiculously fucking broken, man. Yeah. Don't kill these too fast. Let them move up. Yeah, everybody come back to here. Give him a second. Brewfest trinket is better than that. Can you link it, Nogrod? Yeah, that's a really good item. The difference with this one, though, is that it has block rating and defense value. And, like, obviously, so think about block value. Okay. So, if a monster does 1100 damage a hit, right? And you have, let's say you have 1000 block value. That's 100 damage, right? Very, very simple. Everybody knows that. But here's the thing, is if you have 1100 block value, it does 0 damage, okay? So the diminishing returns, you don't get healed for 50 whenever you block something with over 50. It's still 0. So what that means is that if you already have your block value covered, additional block value beyond that provides literally 0 value. It adds no value to your character. It does not improve anything. It is literally garbage. You see what I'm saying? Shield slam damage? Not really that relevant, in my opinion. And also, like with my build, shield slam is not the majority of my damage. Now, Shield Sam is going to be more of my damage than it would naturally be because I have my 4-piece set bonus with Onslaught. So that's not entirely true, but it's still mostly true. Shield Sam does 0 damage from your deep arms. It's not that great, yeah. No gems. I'm going to get enchants and gems on all my gear. Silence is still a good amount of avoidance between block weighting and defense. Yes, exactly. So like defense, the thing is defense increases not only your dodge, but also your parry and block chance. So defense provides a tremendous bonus. So like if I put this on instead of it, look how much it changes that number. And like if you look at the number itself, right, it might not seem like a lot because it's only like 1.6%, but you multiply that by 3, and now you've got like 6%, 7% avoidance. It's incredibly good. So defense rating is like incredible. It's amazing. I think Tsunami's talisman for the hit, Stylings for avoidance for UA build, yeah. I mean, if I don't get it, if I can't do it, and I don't get the item, like, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not the end of the world. It's just, you know, like, oh, it's too bad I didn't get this item. Like, who cares? Damn, I got the Leroy set right there. Look at that. But it would be nice if I got them, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Mouse over defense? Sure. Yeah, and also, like, it increases the miss chance, too. I forgot all about that. We're gonna start the summons in just a couple of minutes, guys. You said it's correct, but is there an actual build that would utilize the stats properly from the classic trinket over Brewfest? Yes, the build that I'm using right now. The build that I'm using right now will utilize them better. Absolutely. Also, like, I don't really know, like, the other trinket that I could go for, that's why I was thinking Black Temple, is this one. This is an incredibly good trinket. Like, I would love to have this trinket. Also, like, you have these 2 belts here. Well, actually, no, I don't need these. Block rating, block value, like, these are good, but, like, I mean, you can't beat the fight. The Sunwell gear is just ridiculous. The thing is, if I did Sunwell, like, what could I really get with Sunwell? Like, dodge is, like, pretty good. Like, I've already, oh, actually, my legs are bad. I've got 41 parry is actually a lot. So it's like 2% parry almost. Get everybody summoned inside. And then we'll get started. So like that's one item I could get. Brutalis. I think I have everything from Brutalis, right? Dodge expertise. Like, these are obviously good, but they're mainly TPS. Like, rather than anything else. It's like my block value right now, like, I think that the NPCs in Utgard Keep do somewhere around 1,000 damage per hit. So, like, my 1,100 number was not like a random number. That was like a general framework of what they're doing. The Muru ring. Oh man, that would be insane if I could get that. Oh, it'd be so good. So with these, like, that's dodge rating by 52 dodge rating. I would definitely use that over my my onslaught chest piece. Actually, maybe not. Maybe my onslaught chest piece is slightly better. How do you handle working with people you hate? They don't matter. Just treat them like NPCs. Just use them for whatever you need to use them for, and then just stop thinking about them after that. That's my best advice. Don't get emotionally attached to them. Also don't think about them. Like, don't spend time thinking about how you don't like them. There's no reason for you to do that. Spoken about a true sociopath? I would rather be a sociopath than like one of these like emotionally like uncontrollable babies that can't handle having to interact with a person who you have a disagreement on life with. Yeah, I would much rather be that. Alright, so I'm gonna do the thing. Don't kill the Zackrawrr. Just kill the other mobs, okay? Mage table? Okay, yeah, just get food real quick, I guess. You know, 40 people. It's fine. So yeah, that's what that's what I do, is that I view people as like I'm gonna get what I want out of you, and then I don't want to have anything else to do with you. Let's go. Pull. Pull, guys, let's go.
Intruders have breached the hatchery. Sound the alarm.
And I'll do all this stuff, don't worry about it. Get rogues for suppression room? Doesn't matter. We'll still clear it. Clear's a clear, boys. Some maturity, knock it over emotional or unnecessary stuff, yeah. There's a lot of people who think that they're like the main character of like their job or like their raid. And so like any time that, you know, something happens and like, you know, they have to deal with somebody who they don't like, they make the mistake to think that this is a problem that other people need to solve. Which, in fact, it's not. It's nobody else's problem. Like, if you have a problem with somebody else, you have a problem. And so... And you always can make the decision to remove yourself from a situation that you don't feel comfortable in because of another person or another group of people. And so, like, you always have the choice because it's your life and you can do what you want. But I think it's important to also keep in mind that, you know, like, not everybody, like, is going to want to deal with somebody who constantly puts up, like, walls and barriers of, like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to be around this person, I don't want to be around that person, etc. I think it's pretty much a better thing to be more, I just barely got that before he disoriented me. Yeah, it's too much. What's crazy, neighbor in a house you just bought, now it's hard to sell the house because the market started tanking? I don't know. I mean, if the person's doing something that breaks the law, then I think it's very easy for you to say that, I mean, fuck, this guy is, you know, report him to the city. That's what my neighbor did to me. Yeah, whisper a GM. Somebody's surprised the fuck out of me working with them. Sounds like I'm out of touch with emotional control. I think it's just like, don't burden yourself with another person's problems, and don't let another person control what you want to do with your time. If somebody has like some sort of problem or they're agitating you or something like that, then just try to stay away from them as much as possible. And like, I guess for me, since I've like raided in WoW for so long, I've just gotten so accustomed to dealing with people that I don't like that it doesn't even faze me. So like, there are very few people that I would actually refuse to like deal with or like do anything with. I don't know if I'll be able to clear all of them in this one. I think I probably won't be able to. Yeah, number 1, McConnell. True. I swear to God if he gets that mount before me. I'm thinking if we should do Black Temple after this or not. I kind of want to. There's a couple of items I'd really like to get. Well, those people are family. I mean, I don't know. I don't know your family. Fucking, I have no idea. I think you just have to make a decision for yourself, man. You know, if we got Mexican pizza back at Taco Bell. It's funny that you say that because I went to Taco Bell the other day and Mexican pizza was fucking, it was not on the menu. They said it was like fucking out of stock or something like that. She's not a therapist. Yeah, it's just like, to me, as I said, I just try to, you could say I try to see the good in people, and you can also say that I try to just get the good out of people. It's like, if I don't like somebody, I just keep them at a distance and just try to minimize my interactions with them, and then just use whatever I can get out of that relationship for my own benefit, and then other than that, it doesn't really matter to me. Prices increased by 30% on average? Holy fuck. You didn't treat OTK like that or Starford title? I mean, I don't know really what you mean by that. Sociopathic take. I think it's very important to have boundaries that you set with people. We can kill the boss now. It's very important to have boundaries that you set with people and to uphold those boundaries. I don't think that's being a sociopath. I think that's a good thing. Please don't be fucking annoying and roll on shit you don't need, okay? If I see one person need on something they don't need, I'm gonna put it back on Master Loot.
Ah, the heroes. You are persistent, aren't you? Your ally here attempted to match.
I'll put it on for obviously the bosses that I need, but other than that, I'm not really gonna worry about it.
And destroy them.
Too late, friends.
Here we go.
Nefarious' corruption has taken hold. I cannot control myself. I beg you, mortals, please.
Those people control your life, not the work setting. Yeah, exactly.
Sense of control. The black fire rages within
Yeah, I
my
set a lot
heart.
of boundaries with people, and I usually keep a lot of people at arm's length, at least. Like, I'm very lucky that I have a lot of friends, you know, people like Zach, Cody, like Eric, Dylan, and like, these are like lifelong friends. Oh, okay, alright, here we go, here we go. Big dick, boys, big dick, let's go. Long dick him, long dick him. Kill him in 10 seconds, we don't have burning adrenaline. There's no way we're gonna beat that. Panda, just go ahead and onk whenever you get that.
The fury of Blackrock courses through my veins.
There we go. So yeah, I mean, I have so many like real life friends that I can trust, and I even have like some of my really, really long time friends on stream. And you know, people I've spent like years with talking to and knowing and everything, and I pretty much trust them too. Yeah, people like McConnell, etc. Wait, why am I dying? What raid is this? Are we doing Black Temple or BWL, guys? Come on. What's... Oh, serious? Am I seriously losing health in BWL? What is this? Okay. Alright, we should be good. How did I even take damage? I guess, I mean, I have, like, all my DPS gear on. I don't know if I should put this on or not. I haven't decided. I'm probably gonna put this on, by the way. I'm gonna put this on for Nax, if I don't get new gear. Like, we need to figure out, like, what stuff we're gonna farm and everything, too. Like, I want to have full best in slot by the time that Nax comes out. Also, I need to get gold. Yeah, let's do a gold drive after this. I need 10,000 gold. We'll do that maybe after Black Temple. Gold drive? Yeah, yeah. Shameless? I mean, dude, I just want to get the... I don't want to pay for fucking flying. I don't want to farm that shit. The thing is, the way that I used to make gold is that I can't really make gold that way anymore with, like, selling carries, because, like, I'm a streamer, so it's different. Paying for flying, last minute Black Temple GDKP, yeah. Where's our friend? I sell gold, yeah, exactly. Imagine farming it yourself. Yeah, farming gold sucks. Why would you want to do that? You need to be moving up, guys. Stop standing back there trying to kill those mobs. Just fucking dot them and then move up. You a firm believer in keeping work life and personal life separate? I mean, not always, but I think it's like if you want to err on one side or another, I think keeping them separate will probably generate less controversy and less conflict more often. Be cheap it off that cliff, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna buy it on G2G instead of buying for gold. Nah, bro, like, I don't want to buy gold. Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't, bro, you tell me, what's your account? I'm gonna report you to Blizzard. I feel like one of my favorite things now to do in the game is whenever somebody gets mad at me and they use profanity or they say something, I'll overreact to what they're saying and then get mad at them for not reading the social contract. That's probably like one of my favorite things to do in the game right now. Oh my god, this is taking forever. After this one, I'll go ahead and I'll put the other thing on. Buy gold, just people get for free. Yeah. What's up, bitch? I can't wait for people to get knocked off because of the angle and then have to do the entire run back over again. It's gonna be so funny. Can you guys please not be fucking annoying and just like roll on this if you can't use it? Like, I don't care if you roll on it because like you want it. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. But just don't roll on it for no reason. Remember whenever I got Maladath, I was so happy. Everybody's still in combat. Can I roll on sword? Of course, Cody. Yeah, you can equip it. Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, don't roll on things that your class can't even equip. Yeah, you should definitely be able to roll on that. Let's just kill a few of these packs. Yeah, Perry got that. He's a warrior, so it's okay. Can't change during rolls. Okay. Just follow me, guys. Try and skip as much of that possible. boss up here, by the way. Might as well just do the trash at the same time. Save time. Which one of you paladins wants this? Fusion, you're getting the chest piece. Does either one of you paladins want these gloves? It's probably an upgrade for Nogrod. We'll give it to him. And we'll finish the raid too. I mean, might as well. Not ideal that you guys went in and pulled those, but I mean, it's BWL, who cares? Why you do BWL? There's a trinket I want off of this boss. It's from, I think it's Flame Gore, right? Yeah.
Target you. Target you.
Alright. Double dragon. Let's go. Alright. We didn't get it, it's whatever. Who cares? Let's see. Judgment gloves. We'll just give these to Kanye because he got the other one. Aegis, Priest. We're going to give this to Vier. Another one, gloves. We're going to give this to... which mage wants the gloves? First person to say me gets some. Moochass, you're getting them, alright. Herald of Woe, two-ended mace. Does anybody want this piece of garbage? No, I don't need it. Give it to Perry. Perry roll on the first set. Does anybody want this mace? No, okay. We're gonna give it to Loy. I'll take it. Okay, never mind. Primordial. Okay, there you go. Amarath banned. Wait, did Amarath actually get banned? I find that unlikely. No, yeah. It's just why even say that? The distribution next level, yeah, I know. Like, the thing is that, like, I feel like I am the most fair. I'm the most fair loot distributor whenever it does not involve loot that I can use. So, like, if I can't use the loot, then it will be completely fair. Now, if I can use the loot, then, well, I will get the loot. And it is what it is, right? Great job, guys. Oh, we got the shield. Remember whenever I got that shield? Oh, wait. I didn't. Made me so mad. I tried every week to get this shield. Never got it. God. God, that sucks so much dick. Yeah, I had that goofy rinky-dink AQ shield. I never got Face of Death. I never got the element. I just wanted the Aluminium Reinforced Bulwark. I thought it looked really cool. Alright, let's go. We're gonna start. Alright, just do whatever you guys want. I don't care.
Let the games begin.
I got Bulwark as it. Yeah, now I got the big shield. Whenever Nax comes out, I'm gonna loot myself. Let me show you guys what I'm gonna get. It's like this shield right here. Face of Death. Where is it? Oh, it's 10 men. Not Face of Death, Wall of Terror. Look how big that is. Look how big that shield is. Ooh, that's so big. It's the only 226 shield in phase 1. So like I'm gonna loot myself that. Probably I don't know what else I'll loot myself this too. I'll just loot myself all the gear and then we'll figure out like what I'll use afterwards. I'll loot myself DPS gear too for a threat. You know, DPS, don't loot. Why would I not loot?
Mind control.
The thing is, like, I need to get 2 characters up to 70 by the 2nd week of Wrath. Because that way we can run 2 Nax raids. To 80? Yeah, 80. Yeah. So, like, some of these items are, like, just, like, insanely fucking good. Let's see, like, look at that. That's so good. Oh my god, that's so good. And then, like, you talk about, like, the really, really, really big items, right? And so, Obsidian Sanctum. So we got the bonus loot here. This one is really good. This is a 213 cloak, so it's not, like, amazing, but it's okay. Or, sorry, chest piece, obviously. It's good for avoidance. And, this helmet, I remember this helmet wasn't that great back in the day. And then Sartharian, what else does he drop? Yeah, nothing else here is like super good. Let's see, bonus loot from here.
Courage begins to wane. Now, let's see how they contend with
Okay,
the
let's
true
get ready.
Lord of Blackrock's
Like this cloak
fire.
is probably going to be the best cloak.
Your friend shall join you soon enough. Burn!
Maybe we get Ashkandi to drop. Don't forget the dragon, Malagos. Yeah, I'll look at Malagos loot after this. I actually don't really care about phase 1 loot. I want the Ulduar loot more. Because I never really maxed out my gear in Ulduar.
Impossible. Rise,
Wait,
serve your master once more.
it doesn't know what to do.
I am the master.
It doesn't know what to do because I don't have Berserker stance.
Do you hear?
So it just took me out of my stances entirely. What the fuck? Okay, let me just pass on everything here. Neltharion's tier might actually be an upgrade for one of these shitty casters. Yeah, I guess we can do Black Temple. Let me think if there's anything I really wanted to watch, because I don't have a lot of time to play today, because I have to do the I have to do my meeting at 7. Let me see. Yeah, this is kind of a longer video. Glaze drop? Yeah, I'm just trying to think about like what I should do. Meeting leak at 9 p.m. No. Alright, I'll probably just make a new group for Black Temple. Do we have a portal somewhere? A new Narc video on AOC PvP. Yeah, I might watch that. I kind of wanted to watch some Wrath stuff since Wrath comes out tomorrow. I guess maybe tomorrow I'll just, like, I'm not going to worry about reacting to something right now. Like, I've reacted to a lot of stuff overall, and so, I think I'll probably just wait till tomorrow. Yeah, let's just do Black Temple. Let me leave group, and then we'll reform for Black Temple. Okay. Alright, message me for Black Temple. Tell me what your spec and what like your spec and class is. Like, obviously I know like a lot of you guys, but like some people I don't know that well, so. Yeah, tell me like what your gear is too. Okay. Paladin tank and DPS, okay. Yeah,